So on our way home from Thanksgiving, we stopped by the Collins Street Bakery. I can't remember that. I have to look at it every single time. To get some fruitcakes. They're pretty good. So if you're down in the middle part of, I guess, Texas, near Waco, right? Pick up some fruitcakes from there. We had 4. We had an apricot pecan. We had a pineapple pecan. The original with the red and green weird fruit. That Joseph wouldn't eat at all. Yeah. And then we had the apple cinnamon pecan. Yeah, so what we did was we paired several wines. We chose all the sweet wines that we had. So we had the rosé, Riesling, port, sweet red, Chenin Blanc, and the sweet muscat. So we basically paired all of the fruitcakes with all of the wines and tried to determine which one was best so we'll know which ones to have on our table this Christmas. What was everybody's favorite wine?
I think the sweet red too. It went well with all of them.
Okay.
Definitely runner up for the sweet red though.
Sweet muscat was my second.
Riesling.
Wow. All right. Steve?
Mine was definitely the sweet red. I kind of always stay with the sweet red because that's what I normally drink. But I just like the way it kind of went with the fruits and the nuts. Kind of didn't overpower it. You still had the sweetness of the wine, the sweetness of the cake, where some of these kind of offset one another. They would pick up the sweetness of the wine and kick down the sweetness of the cake, and then vice versa.
Right on.
So the red I just liked as a nice overall on all 4 of them. So.
Cool. The sweetness level, I think, was spot on with the sweetness level of the cake, which is the hardest part. We talked about pairing sweets with sweet wines, and the hardest part is getting the sugar levels right, because if your dessert is too sweet, then your wine's going to taste flabby and flat, and it's not as pleasant, not as good. And these are all pretty acidic wines, except for the sweet red. So they should be kind of peppy and fun, and not sort of heavy and filling. So sweet muscat for me kind of brought out a lot of the flavors of like the apple cinnamon, the pineapple, and our cameraman here, Joshua, mentioned that it seemed to go well with the tropical fruits.
Yeah.
Probably a really good general pairing point.
I actually purposely ate like one of those big pieces of apricot, ate it, and then took a drink to see, and it still was. It was great.
Is apricot for you too? So
I thought it. Obviously, you know how I feel about the traditional. I thought it went well with every single one. I thought that, and then like she said, the sweet red. Those two were. I think obviously the sweet muscat is not as sweet for me as the sweet red is, but I think that they're so, I guess, well toned with the actual cakes themselves. Not that y'all made them together, but that they are sweet enough to where whenever you do eat them, they still hold their integrity when you're eating it. That when you're done, you can still tell the differences that you're having wine and you're having cake, but they both pair well together.
So Jim, you mentioned earlier, was it you, Steve, through Melissa, that pouring the port over the cake would have been a good idea, but I tell you what, I didn't like the port with any of it. I don't know why.
I just enjoy
drinking
port.
Yeah, separate them.
I enjoy drinking the port, but as far as going with any of the fruitcakes, it didn't. Well, the sweetness of the fruitcakes brings out only the brandy of the port to me. I didn't get the idea that I was drinking a port wine. I got the idea that I was drinking a glass of brandy because of the sweetness of the fruitcake. All of the other, or not all of the others, but most of the other wines, I find the sweetness levels and the sweetness of the fruitcake kind of balancing each other out. But when I would taste the Riesling with any of the fruitcakes, especially with the apricot, the Riesling almost let me isolate the different flavors that were in the fruitcake and not blending them all together, but more of as an isolation.
You tasted fruit.
I could taste almost everything that they put in the recipe.
I agree. I got that too.
See, I found the Riesling getting overpowered a lot. It was just not sweet enough, is what my comment was here. And it just wasn't.
I think maybe I'm converting because I didn't eat it as much as you did, the pairing. But I do think it's in contingent with the sweet muscat. I do really think so. Because also you have to think when people come in to eat this, if they do order, they're not gonna have 4 different ones like we have. They're gonna have the set ones, so that's why we're here in the first place. So if they order the cinnamon apple and we all agree on the Riesling, or the, you know, I think that's...
On my grades, if we all had only the apricot fruitcake and only a glass of Riesling, we'd all be happy.
It's all personal. You can't really go by what he likes or she likes. It's all a personal.
Right.
And if you want the contrast, or if you want it to go together, you want it to blend well together, which, like I said, the sweet red I think was very good with. I thought it was good with all of them. And I'm not a sweet wine person at all. So.
See, that's the thing I was saying. It's like it's different. So you can when you
some people want to taste the difference between
right.
one,
that's what I'm
one
saying.
and the
Some
other.
people want to know.
Like the contrast
I want to
between
be
the two.
able to tell, like, okay, I just ate cinnamon, apricot, and I'm drinking wine, or I just want to have the cakes and have wine with it. You know, like what you were saying, that's perfect with the red wine, and it goes well with everything. You don't even have to worry about it. You just drink it, and it's just you're having a side glass of wine. You're not having Riesling, or you're not having sweet muscat. It's just side glass. You know.
So we definitely encourage everybody at home to have their own experiment. Definitely come get your wines. If it's not ours, somebody else's. Have plenty on the table for everybody's palate. Everybody's was pretty different around the table. So let us know what you guys find out. What are your results? What did you find that paired well with your fruitcakes or your Christmas dinner? I think that's it. Thanks, guys. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. All right.